There are four categories of rays. Camera, when the ray comes straight from the camera. Shadow, when the rays are used for transparent shadows. Reflection, when the ray is generated by a reflection of a surface. And transmission, when the ray is generated by a transmission through a surface. The LightPath node helps to determine the type of incoming ray which the shader is being executed for. This is especially useful for creating materials that don't follow physical rules or for some widely used tricks, like creating an architectural glass. Let's take a look at this example. I have this simple room with Suzanne inside, one sun lamp, one lamp next to the wall, and HDRI. Let's select the wall and change the roughness and transmission values to make the glass material. And well, it looks okay, but if we will move the glass wall, we will see that it is much brighter than with the wall. We can mix the transparent node with our glass to achieve a little bit better result. But now, the wall is half glass and half transparent, and we need the full strength of the light. The way to solve this problem and let the light go through the glass and illuminate the room is to tell the engine that everything what is a camera ray, so the one coming straight from the camera, must be glass, but the rest should be transparent. Let's add the LightPath node and plug its camera ray to the factor of the mix shader, and it's exactly what we wanted. Now, the wall is still made from glass, but it allows all the rays to go inside. Another example will be the simple scene with a shader ball and a mirror, which is also a little bit transparent so we can see the objects through it. I prepared two different simple materials for the shader ball, and let's see what will happen when we plug the East Glossy ray output of the LightPath node to the mix factor. Because our mirror is glossy, we can see a different shader ball in the reflection. The mirror material is made out of two shaders equally, from transparent and glossy shaders, so if I change my view and look at the shader ball through the other side of the mirror, it's still green. If I change the value of the mix shader in the mirror to 1, we can see that now the second material is visible only in the mirror's reflection. I will change the transparent shader in the mirror to the glass. Now, let's try to plug the S transmission ray in our shader ball material. And now, the side next to the shader ball is mostly green, but when I'm rotating my view, it's all orange. It's because by adding the glass to the mirror, we made the surface transmissive, and the LightPath node showed us which shader was used. In this case, the orange one. Thanks to the LightPaths, we can also hide objects depending on the ray we want to hide it from. Let's go to the Object Properties, to the Visibility tab, and next to the Ray Visibility. When I check off the camera, my object disappears, leaving just the shadow and the reflection in the mirror. When I uncheck Glossy, it almost disappears from the mirror too. We can also turn off the visibility of the shadows, diffuse, and other components, and our object will fully disappear. Above, we have two more interesting options, Shadow Catcher and Holdout. I will select my floor now and click on the Shadow Catcher. Instead of the white floor, now we have just shadows. It's very useful while making product renders where we can add them with the shadows to the background in the post-production. The other option works the same as the holdout shader, so it removes the selected objects from the scene and render alpha instead. Now we know how the LightPaths work, so we can use them in the next lesson where we'll create nice looking glass.